Hi, this is John from Bearable Traders, and I want to discuss my best and worst trade for 2 July 2021. As always, if you could like this video, subscribe to the channel, or hit the alert bell, that would be très fantastique. My worst trade today was on Facebook. This was a high day break trade where the high day was 35.80. Volume at entry was about 2 million shares, and the R-vol was about 100%. Facebook back in play lately with some nice daily moves. It's nice to see. It's a very nice stock to trade when there's interest in it. Had a nice high a day near the pre-market high of 355.90. That's this dotted magenta line here. You can see where it kind of came up to that level, then pulled back, which is near the dollar level of 356. So the high day is a bit far from the dollar level, but if you combine kind of the grouping, the idea that there's a dollar level and the pre-market high and the high a day, you kind of get a place where you might get a good breakout from. And the pre-market high is a great place to break out. Got a strong move to the high day with some expected resistance at the previous close. So that's the previous close here. This black dotted line, price often has a hard time getting through there, and in which case it did. Nice long-term building 1 minute volume, but the pattern kind of fell apart at the entry. So there's really nice, like a long-term gain in volume here as we head up to the high day. That's nice to see. It's not erratic at all. It's building. But you can see on the actual entry, which is this white bar here, we were trending down. So tough pattern to keep up with this kind of large spike here. SPY was showing a general uptrend, so that's good. So we're trading with the market for the most part. The trend is our friend. There was some hesitancy at the pre-market high, which is bought back quickly. That's this candle here. So it did get up to that level, pulled back, and then it was bought up very quickly. I actually saw that as a good sign. You know, that pullback and that freak out was cleared, and it went right back to near the high a day. Took an entry at 355.97, anticipating the break of 356. We're early in the morning still, 9:52. It's safe to enter below dollar level highs. Got to move to 356.44. Nice little pop. Plenty of time to get price or stop to break even. And then it came back and stopped us out at 355.90. Was this an R3 rejection? Possibly. It's up here at 356.58, essentially another 14 cents. So that could have been the reason why it pulled back, or could have been another reason. We don't know. The important thing is we're getting our stop to break even so we don't get crushed on a loss. My best trade today was on a stock called Wave, W-A-V-E. This was like a VWAP / dollar level break trade. Volume at entry about 6.7 million shares, R-vol about 5,400, so it's pretty high, as you might imagine. For IPOs can be all over the place for volume. I should mention that this is a tricky stock to trade because it's IPO'd 2 days ago, so hardly any levels to examine on the daily chart. Basically, all you have are the high and low of yesterday, the open and the close, and then maybe any intraday levels that it set yesterday. I took an entry at $25, got that exactly as it passed through this dollar level in VWAP. So you could see previously it had halted 2 times, once here and once up here, and then actually a 3rd time on the way down. So there were 3 halts before I got in, and had really blasted through the area of 25. So there's no, it did it at the open, it did it again here before it halted up at 25.75 earlier. So there's no resistance here. There's nothing special about the $25 level per se, except that it's a $5 level, and I do like to play price on the breaks of $5 levels, $10 levels, $100 levels, etc. So I saw this as an interesting place to take a trade with the combination of VWAP here. Again, no history of resistance there for the day. After I got in, the price halted at 25.85. So that's a dangerous place to be. It's a nervous place to be when you're in a halt. I haven't taken anything off at this point. I did feel bullish for the open because it was a recent upward halt. So over here you have 2 halts to the upside. Usually when a stock halts for the first time at the open, I say usually, you're often going to get a movement upward before it pulls back. Something. It may not be much. In this case, it was a lot. But once you get kind of a series of upward halts going, in this case you had 1 and then 2, you got to start to get nervous because at a certain point it is going to pull back. And in this case, it was after the second halt, so it didn't go for a third one. But here I'm in a halt kind of by itself. This series of halts has now ended. You know, we had some fairly normal price action as it came back up again, took my entry, and then I'm stuck in the halt, but I'm feeling bullish about it. So I let the price open back up, took a partial at 27.30 up here on what felt like a pause, and then on the slightest hint of anything resembling a strong pullback, I'm out, because this could whip from here down to here in a heartbeat. So got out at 26.06. So that was what I consider my best trade. I felt good about this trade. Perhaps a little dangerous, but I'll count it as the best one for the day. So hope you like this video. Drop a comment below if you want to talk about it. And everyone have a great long weekend from trading. Talk to you next time. Bye-bye.